Hey guys, it's Sophia from Sophitlife. Sorry, my hair is looking like a little bit of a mess right now. I'm about to go to the gym, so I put it up on the top of my head so it's out of the way when I'm working out. But basically, I just wanted to come on here and say that what you're about to see right now is a video behind the scenes testimonial of one of my best clients, Adam, that went through the program. So you can get a little bit of the behind the scenes clips. And if you'd love to see more videos like this, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification down below. And feel free to comment down below any other types of videos that you would like for us to make. So thanks so much. Enjoy.
The world kind of had a restart. It was like when I walked out for the first time, it's like, you know, the whole world's had a complete restart. So it was like everything was fresh. I'm like, okay, so now everything has a fresh new start. What do I do with myself?
Yeah.
That's where I was at. And that's why I said, you know, first thing I want to do is do things that I want to do, which was, well, it's not like in that
It's
sphere
not like that
of
traditional
Middle Eastern
meditation. Yeah.
It's more like, you know, I am alone in my own thoughts. I am processing my own reality right now.
But like, let me ask you this. When I say meditation, I mean like different forms of meditation. So it doesn't have to be traditional meditation. Like kayaking, I would consider
And that's what
that.
I would say
meditation.
exchange the word meditation for something else, because meditation right
Stress
now
reduction.
something like that, or stress reduction activity, or stress reduction recreation, or you know, stress relieving recreation, something like that. Because if you automatically tell me meditation, I'm like, nope.
They like
I am not sitting down on a mat for half an hour, crossing my legs, oming out to like nothingness. I'm not doing that.
Activity or recreation.
Yeah. If you use something like that, the person goes, oh, what do you mean by what kind of recreation to help you reduce stress? And then you tell them, well, what do you like to do? You know, how do you release stress? Some people, it would be kayaking, art. Some people, it's, you know, maybe engaging in a craft, a hobby, sports, working out. You tell the person, you know, what do you find that, you know, you like to do that allows you to process your thoughts, that allows you to think about and reflect, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's just for some people, like for some a middle-aged person, might be just to walk around the park. They just put some headphones and they walk and they just, you know, zone. Cause I do that sometimes too, and I just meditate when I do that. I used to do that a lot, especially at AD Barnes. So see, those are recreational. It's not It's not so much like, yeah, you're meditating, but it's not like in that sphere
like that
of
traditional
Middle Eastern meditation.
Yeah.
It's more like, you know, I am alone in my own thoughts. I am processing my own reality right now. What am I doing? What do I want to do? When you guys told me meditation, that, even for me, I was like, oh, I'm not sitting down doing this. But when you guys told me to engage in art, it took me a while. But that's what I do right now. Now I sit down and I just like meditate. But I don't sit there and just thinking. I'm actually doing something, and it helps me, like, you know, my art is an expression of my meditation, if you want to call it. That's the way how I'm able to like bring all these thoughts and make sense into them, put them on something that can work.
So we can say form of stress reduction.
Yeah.
Not form of meditation.
I'd say right now, remove that from your website, put something like that until it's pending, and then you find the right word, because there's a right word for it. When you find the right word for it, then you put it on. But I would not recommend, especially with the target audience you want, meditation is a big turnoff. Like, look at your parents. You try to tell your parents to meditate, and they're already thinking yogi stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they've been more open to the idea of like how I've explained it to them.
Right, that's because you're their daughter who explained to them, because you live with them. If you're talking that they were like a typical couple, you had no clue what they were, you would have lost them right there like that, because you said the word meditation. And remember, they had no relationship to you whatsoever, so they wouldn't care about what you have to explain to them. These are your parents. It's kind of like in their nature to listen to you. Yeah. But to a complete stranger like your neighbor, they don't go flying fuck. To fulana you have over there in California, they don't care. Yeah. You have to give them something immediate, like right there and then, something that's appealing to them. And the word meditation kind of, for those generations, is a turnoff, because it has a stigma to those people of that generation. Even to me, it's a stigma. Like, they might just be like, they'll allow themselves to get to this point of like burnout, and then once they get to that point of burnout, then that's when they finally go for a walk and listen to music. But I feel like that should be a conscious activity that people should engage in order to, it's kind of like an injury. Like, you have to like do the certain physical therapy exercises to prevent yourself from having pain. If you just don't do the exercises or whatever your doctor recommends, and you ignore the problem, you don't do anything about it, it's going to start to hurt. So same thing with your mental health. Like, and the thing is that you guys, it's different because people do it on their own timing, but you guys with the program held me accountable to it. So it's kind of like it made me take it more seriously.
Yes.
And it made me actually look at it from a perspective of this is helping me. It's not just something I'm doing on my own time, just doodling on my own. Like, this is helping me. At the same time, I'm realizing I can also use this to help me not just mentally, but it can also help me financially.
Yeah.
And to make it better, you guys are also involved in the physical aspect with the fitness. And when I feel good physically, then I start to feel good mentally.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people could relate with that, with the aspect that you were talking about, like, oh, I have to get therapy or I have to do some sort of meditation or whatever.
Right.
But really, like, they could find their own form of meditation, similar to the way that you did, in the sense that you're finding your ways through art and, like, the ways, like, certain ways that you choose to express yourself that you enjoy, because everyone is different. And how you were saying of the modeling and doing your art and all of that, and going kayaking and being outdoors, everyone can find their way to, like, relieve their stress. So I feel like that's really an important aspect.
Also, I never thought I would have, like, this mindset of, being happy again, like I was back when I feel like I was when I was like 9 years old, just happy and blissful. Like I see the world in colors now instead of it being black and white. Because that's how I used to see it back then. Like when you guys first met me, like back in like September 2020,
Yeah.
everything was just like you saw me. I was kind of like, whatever. I saw the colors, everything was dim. I didn't see anything, worth going for.
Meaningful.
Yeah, meaningful. I didn't see anything that was worth it. I was like, fuck it. Like I'm just going through life, paying bills, now in this post-pandemic world, and I didn't even know, how to start or where to go. So, when we introduced ourselves, and you guys, were into kayaking, but you're also into, like, fitness, and you wanted to help people and stuff, I'm like, okay, so this might be a chance for me to do something that's different, that, because now I have this fresh new start. Let me start with something that might benefit me, not just physically, but also mentally, so I can accomplish certain goals. And then when you guys mentioned, about, how you guys want to reduce, not just make me better physically, but mentally. And by doing that, one of the biggest things that helped me the most was when you guys found a way to release stress. And you told me to engage in activity that allows me to express the emotions or the feelings that I have, or to convert the energy to something that's more productive. And I found that through art.
So focusing mainly on, like, tapping into like, being able to do something, having, like, a conscious activity to do every day basically helps you.
Right. For example, my artwork, I use that to kind of like express what I'm feeling or express a certain, idea or concept that I have. And that allows me to kind of put all that stress and, that negativity that I had, just put it on a sheet of paper. Or to get the energy that I have with anxiety, I don't know what to do, and just focus that on something that I can create. And that to me gives me a lot of fulfillment. Because I love to draw. I love arts and crafts. I'm an artist. And the fact that you guys told me, because I thought you had to go to therapy to release stress, or you had to take medications, or you had to do like, intensive yoga or something just to release the stress. But when you guys told me, no, you can release stress by just doing something as simple as either walking or engaging in activities like kayaking, and even like, talents and hobbies, like for me, it would be crafts and arts.
And modeling too, right?
Yeah, anything that I like to do. See, no one told me that, or no one kind of made it known to me that you can release stress by just, doing these activities. People say I can blow off steam in the gym or whatever, but not everyone wants to go to a gym
Exactly.
to blow off steam. That's not how other people would do it. Other people have different ways of doing it.
Everyone has their
different way of doing it. So the fact that you guys would say, okay, and people can go, oh, but I can do it myself. Yeah, but when someone's holding you accountable, saying, hey, listen, have you, done this? Have you engaged in your activities to help release stress? Because I noticed that when I started doing that, I noticed that my stress level started going down. Because whenever I felt stressed, I'm like, okay, it's that time. Let me just, take out my iPad. Let me just draw, or let me just go kayaking. It'll kind of like help me, like kind of like process my thoughts, think about what I'm doing, reflect, and then try these new strategies that would help me either deal with the stress, or work around it, or accomplish something, despite the fact it can be very stressful.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the same thing with me. Like when I wake up, I make my bed, I get dressed, take care of my skin, do my journaling, like do like the way that, like do a routine that helps me like de-stress. Like I do feel a sense of accomplishment, like similar to what you're saying. And then the other thing I was gonna say is like, what when we had back when we first met, like at the boot camp, were you like working at the hospital? Like, where were you when you were then?
No. I was
What
laid
job were you
off. Like I was laid off from the hospital job back in July. So I was working the job I'm working in right now.
Oh,
Customer service for Rev Genetics. Yeah, I recently started working that job, which is way better than the job I had back in the hospital. That job was caused a lot of depression, I'm not gonna lie. But
why was that? If you don't let me ask.
well, because I'm a different person. Like I like to be outdoors. One thing that that I liked about your program was the fact that you guys engage more on the outdoors. For me,
Yeah.
I feel it's essential because we're always locked in a building with fluorescent artificial lights, and the place where I work didn't even have windows. I didn't even know what like time of day it was based on the sun. It was more based off of the clock. And I would walk in and walk out, and it's like the day would just go by. It was days were becoming weeks, they were becoming months, and then they were becoming years. And that just slowly kind of made me feel, like I don't know, like what was I doing with myself?
Yeah, like losing track of time.
Not just that. It was like, what am I doing here? Like, will I feel proud of myself 10 years from now that I wasted 10 years in this position that I was in?
What position was that?
Well, I was a data assistant for the research department for the hospital I was working at.
Yeah.
But
data assistant?
Yeah, data assistant.
Oh.
Basically, I just collect data from all these research projects that they were doing, and I'll put them in the system to make sense and to prepare nicely for when they had reports or audits to do. Everything was already presented and it was already entered to the system.
Do you feel like you were getting paid fair for that?
No, it was. It's just the fact that and I was going to get promoted to a bigger position.
But it was extremely stressful, right?
Right, I was going to get promoted to project coordinator. But that was gonna. I think, thank God, because that was right the same month that the whole lockdown happened. I say thank God that didn't happen because I was just gonna take it just because of the money, but I knew I was gonna be in for it when I got that position because it was gonna be more stress and it was gonna be like in just a position I didn't even want to be in.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like a lot of people make that
right, just
mistake
it's because
of taking
it's
something
money.
for money.
Exactly, it makes the money, but money is not happiness because you can be rich and be miserable as fuck, and I didn't want that. But at the time, I was not in that right mental state to think about what I wanted because I was still going through massive depression. Like I'm talking suicidal depression, and like I was just thinking like very narrow-minded. Like it was just like I just need to find a way to make money. I didn't think about there was a possibility you can make money. Well I didn't know it was a possibility. I just didn't know how to get to that point.
Yeah.
Because I was mentally not there. I was just focusing on what was in front of me, which was very dim. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like this, check down in the description box below for all of our other videos. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified for more videos like this, okay? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!